But it's been a lot of love in the morning, or for lack of a better, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. My intentions was I'm off center. I'm off center right now. Like I got stuff going on. Like I had to sit there, return. I had to come to downtown in the morning, return some things. I woke up early. I woke up early, man, and I was like, damn, I'm waking up like I got to go to work this morning. That's how early I woke up, and it wasn't even that serious. And then yeah, man, this whole morning I was able to. I'm over here transferring from bus to bus, whatever, doing some things, dropping some shit off, and ran into someone. They were just asking me if I had seen a certain bus or a bus line or something like that. They tell me, like, oh, I'm running late for work, etc. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just listening. I'm just hanging out, talking to them, and we're just chopping up about life. We're talking about escaping negativity and chaos. So we're over here having a great conversation on the bus, and I had to get off. You know what I'm saying? I ended up skipping like an extra stop just to listen to this person chat it up a little longer. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I get it. I get it. So I just got out. I dapped them up, got off. There's a woman too. Some woman talking about she's late for work, but she had to drop off her kid at a daycare, and I was just like, I was kind of empathizing with her the whole time that she was conversating, and yeah, man, it was it's one of those. And I went to the coffee shop right here. My phone is being propped on a cup of coffee right now, and yeah, I went down there, which is like right down the staircase, and grabbed a cup of coffee. And it was I got it for here, so I got the sandwich. It's crazy. So with the sandwich, it comes with bacon. I was like, does it come with turkey bacon? They said no, we don't have an alternative. So since they didn't have an alternative, I was like, let me just not put the bacon in the sandwich. I ended up eating the sandwich. I but it had like cheese and some kind of like, or sorry, not cheese. It was like egg and some kind of, I don't know, some kind of cheese. Something, it might have been cheese or cream or something. I couldn't tell you. I was confused, but it was a good ass sandwich for no reason. But I don't know if it was worth the price. The salted mocha thing that I just ordered was like about seven something bucks, and I tip like $1, 15%, whatever. So I'd be tipping. And no, I'm over there, man. The dude was just asking me about the hoodie, talking about the Freddie Gibbs album. He didn't listen to it yet, I don't think, but I told him, I was like, hey man, you listen to the Clips album? So we just kind of chopped it up about music a little bit, and then I went to go sit down. I was like, all right, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's pretty chill, man. It was pretty chill. So this whole morning, everything's been like very really good conversations, communication, or whatever. Like just chopping it up with people, just meeting people, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It was like a very I don't know. I don't say opportunistic, but it's interesting. So even like the lady on the bus, she kind of was telling me, it's like if you want a real chill job, whoopty wop. She's telling me all this stuff, so she's telling me where she worked at, and I'm like, oh shit, I might have to end up looking for a job over there. But I looked up available positions because I had it in the browser. I looked up available positions, and yeah, I don't think they have it. I could be wrong. I got double checked. I don't think they have it at her location. So we're gonna find out soon enough. Maybe I'll save it. I got it saved in my history, so we'll see if I save it. But if I end up getting a job over there, or where she works at, maybe that'd be kind of cool. So, and she seemed pretty chill. She seemed like she's only trying to, she's at a point where she's staying far away from negative stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, she's trying to keep her mind clear. So I get it. It's like this is like a like-minded individual. But I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I've been around that shit to the point where, well, excuse me, I was telling her a story about. I was like, yeah, man, I be in certain cities and I be in certain parts of this city where I just got to be on point, and everything is just like it's chaotic. And I realized I was comfortable in it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I need to be around this. And that's therefore it's time for me to move. I keep saying this. I keep reminding myself, and yeah, some days, she said it too. She's like, some days you just wake up and you realize, like, why am I around this shit? Why am I here for this long? And, we just talked about that for like a brief 5-10 minute ride, whatever. And yeah, man, it's like a good reminder. Like, there's other people in the world that are dealing with this shit. They speak out loud, they talk to you, etc., and they just deal with you person to person. You know what I'm saying? Face to face, person to person. And yeah, man. I don't know, man. A little gentle reminder, if you will. Like a little love tap from life. Like, yeah, you got through all the hard work and hard thinking stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got the instant transfers for the funds from the stocks. You got no stocks right now, but you got dreams and a lot of other shit to look forward to. All the stuff that you had saved up and invested on the side, only for this to happen. But I don't know, man. It's just beautiful how that works. I thought about it this morning too. I thought about it either last night or this morning. I was thinking about this, man. With Desiree, what's going on? Appreciate you dropping in, Desiree. And as soon as I looked down, I just saw the comment appear. So I appreciate you dropping in. But no, it's I was thinking about it. I was like, a lot of people are over here struggling to pay off credit cards, or they're struggling to pay off certain debts. And then let's say the economy itself crashes. It's like, imagine you're paying an economy, or you're paying a card, or you're paying a bank that's going to crash anyway. It's like you're paying something that's like going to go out of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things you're gonna try to pay off all this shit. And there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, crossing your T's, dotting your I's. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your personal responsibilities. If you made a mistake, if you were spending someone else's money, someone else's credit, it's important that you pay it back. I believe in that. But at the same time, we're doing all this shit only for the end of the year and the start of next year to be starting off on a weird, strange foot economically. You know what I'm saying? So there's no telling how all this might play out. It's really interesting, man. It's really interesting how all this kind of is. I was thinking about it today, where I was like, oh yeah, I got the Amex joint, but we over here paying it off month to month, week to week. We got the other credit card that came in. I'm slowly paying that off. My other credit card, I ended up just using all my extra stock money just to pay that off. And it's like, now we got all this extra funds for what? You pay off the extra debt, the little monthly payments that we set up. It's little things that I bought, little things that I could flip. And I'm over here looking at what I have and what I own. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to travel with all this anymore. I've lived and I've done this before. I don't need this. It's time to sell it, make some money off of it, whatever I can. Maybe not the sentimental stuff. Maybe not the gifts. Maybe not the gifts. Maybe not the things that like meant something when I got it with somebody, etc. Maybe not none of those, but I will. Yeah, I'm gonna just start selling and flipping a few things, man. A couple trips I took on my own, I started really thinking about the stuff that I owned. I was like, this is stuff that I had by myself, and I got by, I was by myself and I got it, and like, I don't, it doesn't hold a value to it, unfortunately. So I think about that sometimes, man. I think about that sometimes. Like, I got a Yankee joint. It's green and gold, man. It's a nice little Yankee joint that I got, but got it from For You Fitted up in the Bronx, of all places. It had to be. Say my Mets joint too, but it's also like, it's like, man, that shit. That's all that is just like extra. It's something that reminds me of New York when I was there. It has a story to it, but it was like I was by myself in the Bronx doing that. You understand? When I went to Brooklyn, when we went to Barclays, I was with a friend. You know what I'm saying? I was with a lady friend, and we went and got some stuff. So it's like that shit's a little more sentimental. Got the crew neck, got the hoodie, a little more sentimental. We was together. You understand? Got certain stuff together with people. I was with people that helped me decide colors for certain hats. They helped me decide colorways for whatever. So those are the stuff I want to keep, man. But everything else, man, it is what it is. It's just like I don't really. It's just shit. It's just things, man. They're just things, man. They serve their purpose. It was nice to take the trip. It was nice to do certain things, but now it's time for it to serve a purpose of me to sell if necessary. So that's kind of where I'm at mentally. And I thought about it, man, because we had some good times, some great energy this past weekend, man. Everything was great. You know what I mean? Everything was great. And now I'm just like, hey, it ain't necessary right now. We don't really need all the extras. We don't need the et ceteras at the moment, man. We don't need all that. We just do what we need to do. We have what we have, man. It's all this extra stuff. We don't need it. We don't need it no more. It served its purpose before. Shoes I'm trying to sell, I might just drop it off at the Broadway joint. Like, hey man, you got a price for me, man? I got a price that I bought it for. I just want to make the money back, etc. Whatever, man. Just go back on the apps, find out the prices I got. Just be like, yeah, I don't need it, man. I just don't need it, man. And they're gonna tell me if it's good or not, if it's a bop or not. You got a combination of that, and also like, I was on Indeed. Excuse me, I was on Indeed, the app, and on the browser, just double checking shit. I'm like, let me see if I can find different opportunities, man. Something to get my mind in a different place. I got something good right now, but I'm looking for something that just gets me keeps the mind away from everything, keeps the mind, whatever is sharp. But I ain't gonna lie, man, the household ain't shit. I'll be honest with you, bro. It's just like I ain't want to be around none of this shit. Some bullshit. I didn't live this. I didn't done it before, and everything that I do on my end fall on deaf ears, man. It's whatever, man. So anyway, it's interesting. Actually, my background wallpaper on my phone was a picture of me and my mom. So I started going through my photos to see if I still have that picture. I was like, I still have it in my photos, so I can relive it any point I want. You know what I mean? But yeah, actually, since we're talking about the time machine here, let me do this, man, while we're at it, because people will start piling in a second. If you can, we'll do like if you can go back in time, go. We'll say how many years? Oh shit, hold on. How many years? Come on, man. Where do you go? With the question mark. All right, here we go. Let's get that situated. We'll like slightly minimize it, throw it right here. Boom. Throw it right there. Desiree, what's going on? So yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of just recapping the past 24 hours. Desiree, that's all I'm doing. But I'm gonna throw the question up there. You can go back in time. How many years would you go? Yeah, I don't know. I thought about this because I was actually I have a playlist. I got this playlist that I made. It's all these songs that they didn't like. Some of them came out in 20 or sorry in like 08, 09 ish. Some of them came out 09 to 010, 09, 20, 2010. But a lot of the songs it was the first time I heard them in 09, 2010, if that makes sense. You have four moms in Labor Day. Wait, what? I have four moms in labor today. Oh, do you work in a hospital? I guess that makes sense. That's crazy. Not much. You have four moms in labor today. That's crazy. So a lot of kids might be born today. It's kind of crazy. They're delivery nurse. That makes sense. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I appreciate that. Appreciate you letting me know that. That's crazy as hell. Guess I never would thought. I either check my pocket. I'd make sure I didn't leave my charger at the coffee shop. Got my napkins on shit. But no, I was listening to this playlist that I used to listen to in like high school and like right when I dropped out. So it's like 09, 2010, 2011 ish. And some of the songs in that playlist came out around that time era. But some of them were just like songs that came out years before, albums that came out years before, excuse me, that I would listen to. And I was listening to that today, so I kind of went down the time machine loophole. But what I was saying like last night and it was last night this morning, but I started thinking like I keep going through this wave of like grief if every now and again. And I was like, it's probably because I'm subconsciously getting triggered by looking at my what do you call this, my wallpaper. My wallpaper is a picture of me and my mom. So I double checked my photos. I was like, do I still have that same picture? I still have it. And then I realized I was like, okay, I still have the picture, so I can look at it anytime I need to. But I took it off and I just put some spiritual shit on there for now. And I was sitting there just staring at it, like the picture, like, let me study this a little bit and let me get a little whatever I need from it. And I just started shifting the energy a little bit, man. So starting today, I started shifting the energy, but we go backwards a little bit because I am, revisiting these old playlists, these old musical playlists and stuff that may or may not have me in a certain mood or mindset, if you will. You know what I mean? So we'll see what ends up happening in the next coming weeks and coming days. We'll see how vulnerable and hurt I feel about stuff. A lot of it is like I'll be places. It doesn't matter if I'm at work or like just like a casual place, and I keep having this feeling of like someone disrespects me, I need to hurt them. Last time I had the feeling someone, excuse me, last time I had that same sentiment, if someone disrespects me, I need to hurt them, was around the time my mom passed, because I didn't want to deal with the grief. I'd rather deal with it in an angry, expressive manner, right? So I was like, yeah, let me just fuck somebody up, man, if it really come down to it. But I was sitting there just like just working on myself at the time, and I worked all that out more. I mean, I ain't gonna say all of it, but I was working out the majority of it more or less. So that's really interesting, man. Um, that same feeling kind of just keeps on stirring itself up. Start doing the math, and I'm like, yeah, man, it might just be the fact that the wallpaper was you and your mom, and yeah, it's just it's shit like that. And on the other hand, it's like on on some bitch ass shit. It's like I wasn't even doing that while she was alive, man. If we're being honest, it's funny that like when people pass away, you start throwing them on your wallpaper. You know what I mean? And I'm one of those, man. I did that for her, so I felt the way about myself. I was like, yeah, I was on some bitch ass shit, but it is what it is, man. I was doing what I did, and one of the signs that helped me lead to that, funny enough, like my niece is here from or back in town, I should say, from college, and she came by the house and we're just hanging out, and I was hearing like some boom noises, like what the fuck? I was hearing some loud thuds and some loud booms. I'm like, I thought it was like somebody's trying to fuck with their car outside. So I went outside to go check on the car. I'm over here checking on shit, like, what the hell going on? And I looked around the neighbor's side on the house next door, and like nothing was going on. So I'm like, okay, it looks like maybe it was just something like from a distance that was loud. I don't know. So they're leaving. All right, we're gonna go. And then one thing my mom would always say before people left the house was like, make sure you have everything. And they looked around real quick. Oh yeah, we got everything. And then they left. So I go upstairs, right? I'll go upstairs, and then one of my speakers. And here's the thing: like a day before, I literally looked at my speaker before I left the house. I looked at it. It was on this little styrofoam thing. I keep it elevated so that the bass doesn't rattle the window too much in the windowsill. The little styrofoam thing it's on it was tilted downwards, and I'm like, I should probably move that, but let me do it after the weekend. Let me do it at the end of the weekend. I go upstairs and I see the speaker. It tipped over. It landed on top of the little turntable, and all the pieces of paper and the boxes I have over there, all these packages, everything got knocked over. So all this recycling shit that I'm supposed to take care of, all that shit got knocked to the ground. I'm like, I might as well do all this shit on Thanksgiving. But yeah, that whole room just pretty. I ain't gonna say it turned upside down, but everything kind of just fell over and fell all over the place. So I'm over here cleaning it up, and then I think later I'll get a text from my niece talking about, oh yeah, I did leave my purse over there, and I was like, that's crazy. So it's just kind of like it's the spirit of my, it's like weird. I hate to say it, but it is like the spirit of my mom, the essence or the energy of my mom was kind of like thick that day, like last night, where it's like, oh yeah, make sure everyone has their stuff before they leave the house. That's one. Two, my speaker failed. Three, like I don't know why I'm thinking certain emotions and shit, and I decided like let me just flip the wallpaper, man. Let me save myself some grief and trouble here. That I don't need to keep reliving certain things. I don't need to be susceptible to reliving certain things right now over and over. You know what I mean? Because I already stay off social media. Think about that. I already stay, like I have social media, but I don't use it. Like I just stay off social media. I deleted the apps and everything just so I can not be distracted, so I can not look at things that are going to distract me or affect my mind a certain way. I did that on purpose. So it's like you can't purposely keep putting yourself through things that are going to hold you back as well. You know what I mean? Constantly make you think bad, if not bad, about yourself. So I need to self-reflect inwards and not like look at something outwards, look at a picture on the outside or like a whatever. I don't need to constantly do that to myself. So I realized that, and yeah, I just started to realize that. Oh, Desiree, don't worry about it. She stepped away for a second. Or you're at work. You got to do your thing. I appreciate you checking in while you're at work, man. I appreciate that. But don't worry about it too much. While I'm at it, let me grab this coffee right here. It's called a black salted mocha coffee. But yeah, I'm sitting here, just chilling right there, man. And yeah, I don't know, man. I had to sit there and I'm listening to the little time machine playlist, or music playlist that's kind of a time machine. But I'm also yeah, man. I'm just checking in with myself personally, more so throughout the day, man. I'm eliminating certain things, man. One thing I will say is like I'm over here helping people through their bullshit and their trauma, and then I don't know if I got to do more for myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing, bro. I got my own grief that I'm dealing with, but like I'm helping people through theirs. But I realize I got to be there for myself a lot more, and it's easier said than done, bro. Way easier said than done. So I think about that sometimes, man. I'm over here cracking my fingers in my pocket. The other thing too, I didn't bring no gloves today, man. I'm so used to wearing gloves, having my gloves on and withstanding the cold and the wind. It's one of them days, man, where it's windy, it's cold and windy and shit. So I'm just here being mindful, right? But yeah, if I can go back in time, man, how many years would I go back? I got to think about that myself, man. When I'm listening to the playlist, I'm like, a good 10 years ain't bad. You know what I mean? If I did 2015 around this time, a year, there's no telling how that might have turned out. Like it's either good or bad. You know what I'm saying? But 2015, around this time of year, I gotta think about that. If it's 2015, like middle of November, middle end of November, 2015, I would have just bought some Bitcoin. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'd have bought some Bitcoin. I would have been ready by 2018, 2019. I would have been early. You know what I'm saying? But let me get this app. Let me just start putting a little money here and there, and just be ahead of the curve. Because you get a couple coins. I think it was like $100 each, and then it started shooting up to the thousands. So that's a good plus right there. Let's go. And I think about that sometimes, man. You know, it's like a little. It's just an investment thing. A little investment thing you miss out on. A little investment thing that you should have did, could have, should have, would have, whatever. But I try not to dwell on that, man. A lot of times there's opportunities right now, but you got to be again, back to the credit. You got to be mindful of the money and the credit. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing right there. See the other check in. See what's going on, man. It's pretty chill over here. It's pretty chill over here, man. I feel like I needed this. I've been I actually might go back to well, I don't know yet. I might go back to using. Oh my bad, losing a loved one sucks. Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know if you were here when I was speaking about the lady I was speaking to on the bus. One of the things she said was they were asking her about, because I guess she had a sister. You lost your dad 13 years ago. Damn, condolences. That's crazy. I'm gonna dread the day that happens, but I gotta be prepared. In the meantime, I just gotta keep doing things. You can't prepare for that, but there's certain stuff like financially. You know what I'm saying? You were listening. But it's interesting because me and her, we were on the bus, right? And she said something about, like, she was talking about people that she's trying to cut off from her life. She had a sister who was like overdosing. So she had a sister that was overdosing, and she was getting these calls like, "Hey, your sister overdosed. She's in the hospital." And then she's like, "Okay, why are you telling me?" He said, "Why are you being insensitive? Why are you being mean about it?" And it's like, no, it's the fact that she went one way in life and I went another way, and she's trying to drag me down all the time and take me down to her level. So she said, I had a funeral for her a long time ago. It's like, that's fucked up. It's like, no, I'm not saying that she's dead. I'm just saying I had a funeral for her a long time ago. Like, I'm already grieving the fact that I cut off my sister. So she had a thing where with her family members that are toxic, she's already cut off the I don't know if that makes sense. Like, she's already cut them off and had, like, I don't want to say grief. She's already past that, if that makes sense. So she has family members that are just very toxic and not good for her family, not good to be around her own kids. And she said, yeah, I had a funeral for her already. And I kind of understood that with certain people in my life. Like, I love them from a distance. When I see them, but I leave it at that, man. I just kind of leave it at that, man. You said you had a sister who was an addict too? Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I had people in the family who abuse drugs, but I don't know to what degree because I never really seen it. But I've always seen it. There's always like cousins, like extended family cousins. Um, to my understanding, I don't exactly know. And then I think my brother's godfather or some shit. I don't know the exact terminology here, but he used to come around the house kind of high, and he used to go down the street and look for a supplier. Like, he used to try to get high, but he would come to the neighborhood to get high, but he would just check on my dad or something. It was weird, like, because we would see him and then we didn't see him for a while. Like, he just seemed normal and then he just stopped seeming normal. But it's little stuff like that you see as a kid, you don't really catch on. It doesn't really make sense. And I have pretty much kept my daughter away from her because she is so toxic. I know a lot of people do that. She almost died 4 times. Once I called from Minnesota to Idaho for them to do a welfare check. Oh, damn. I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. Once. Okay, I think I know what you're saying. I get the gist of what's being said. Yeah, man. I think my cousin was my cousin my niece's mom. She kept my niece away from one of her best friends growing up or something like that, because one of her best friends, and I'm talking about, like, they were in daycare together. They were in daycare since before kindergarten and known each other since they were babies, pretty much. So from like babies to adulthood, but her best friend ended up becoming more of like a. I didn't know this. I didn't see it from the outside, but she was like, yeah, she just went down a path of just being constantly addicted to drugs or something. So she was like, even though she is my one of my niece's godmothers or some shit or whatever, I don't even think she allowed her to be in her life like that. I don't even think she. I don't remember. My timeline is messed up here. My timeline is kind of messed up because I don't remember what was what. But she just stopped being in her life. I just remember she was around, then she stopped being around. And that kind of fucked me up because I was like, we grew up with her too. Like she was kind of if she was like my cousin's best friend, so it was basically like my cousin's sister. So she was kind of like family to us, from a distance. But we'd always see her around. We see them together, and then now they're just no longer a thing. So kind of crazy how that works, man. How's it going, man? Good morning, man. She was passed out on a park bench. You talking about your sister? Passed out on the park bench? Yeah, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Yeah, I mean it's like that sometimes with people, man. I mean I don't be knowing the specifics and details of shit, but like, and I say people think I'm joking around when I say I've never seen drugs in my life, but I technically haven't. I technically haven't. The most I've ever seen was I had a friend of mine. He had a baggie on him with some white powder, and he stuck his key in it, and then he started snorting it. So I don't know if it was actually coke or not. So I don't. But he just told me, "Don't judge me." He's like, "Hey man, my bad. I just gotta do this, man. Don't judge me." He just said something like that to me, and I was like, "Hey man, just as long as you're taking care of yourself." I said something like that too. I don't remember verbatim what I said, but I was like, "Damn, bro." I don't remember. I don't fucking remember. I wasn't trying to blow his high, but I was also like concerned as a friend. But I mean, I feel like that's the only time I seen it. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that shit counts, bro. I couldn't tell you. So yeah, man. Let's see what's going on right there. I'm gonna be chilling. Give me a second, man. This coffee. Black salted mocha or something. Black salted mocha. Yeah, the lady was like, she's like, how did you like because it's like a signature coffee thing that they do there. I'm like, honestly, I love salt. So a salted coffee is not bad, man. I mean, most people do like salted caramel, but it's like a black coffee, I guess, a dark chocolate or something, and then with mocha and salt and all that stuff. So I don't know. That shit was good. I ain't gonna lie, but I like salt. I'm someone that likes salt, so I'm the type of person. If you ask me about chicken wings, I usually don't get saucy wings. I get like the salty ones, like what I'm saying, lemon pepper, like something like that. Even with fries, all I need is salt and pepper. I don't be doing like ketchup and shit. I don't do ketchup or none of the sauces. People do barbecue sauce and ranch, all that, all the different little sauces and shit. I don't be doing all that. Just give me salt and pepper, man. That's all I need for my fries. Oh shit! Second coffee and it got me yawning. That's crazy. But I don't know how strong that shit gonna be. Yesterday I actually had two coffees. I had a what did I have? The first one I had was I forgot where I went, man. It's gonna mess me up now. Forgot where I was at yesterday. I had a coffee in the morning somewhere, probably like an Americano or something. And then I ended up getting a second one, but it wasn't an Americano. It was like some lightweight shit, some lightweight coffee kind of thing. And then I ended up getting a second one, which was actually a Sua Da, which is like a Vietnamese coffee. And I should have told him I wanted it hot, but he gave me an iced one. And I was like, bro, this shit is strong, but like I was able to go to sleep somehow. Might have been because I was tired. So you probably got to just do some activities. You know what I'm saying? You got to tire yourself out with a couple activities, man. That's probably what you really got to do. You feel me? Hold on, man. What am I seeing? See it all. You love coffee? I'm just drawing a brain fart because I'm trying to remember what I did yesterday. Like I left. I'm trying to think. I left kind of early in the morning. No, I got a maple. It was like six. It was a 16 ounce. I had a 16-ounce brown sugar maple. That's what it's called. Brown sugar maple coffee. 16-ounce brown sugar maple. Because I knew it wasn't gonna be that hot, so I was like, let me get 16, so that way I have something to drink if I need to record. And I don't know if you saw, but I did the live stream yesterday on the college campus. So I was sitting there on college campus with my little giant 16-ounce coffee, looking hella crazy. Yeah. And then I got a Vietnamese coffee, so I had a whole bunch in one day. Pause. And then yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm not sure if I love coffee. I feel like I'm just relying on it. Back, if we're talking about addictions here, I feel like I just feel like I need like I don't like. Does that make sense? I don't know if I like it because sometimes it's like I'm just drinking it just to drink it, and then when it becomes the wintertime, like right now, I feel like I just drink coffee to stay warm. I swear to God, like. So who I live with, I live with family still, man. I'm still with dad and brother right now, man. I'm trying to get up out of there, but it's funny because all the years leading up to this year, I was telling people, I was like, it actually makes the most sense if you can just build your wealth while still living with family. So people are tripping because they want to move out on their own. And then my whole thing was like, my family that I was living with, they were all handicapped, which is crazy. So, I mean, two of them were handicapped. So I wanted to just live with them and make sure that they're okay. And so I was doing that as much as I was saving money and saving my wealth. And then it's funny because nowadays everyone wants to move back home and then save their money, which is funny. So I'm like, now it's it's stupid. It's like it's a trendy thing now to move back and save money. So everyone's like, I'm moving back in with my parents. We're all saving money together. And I was like, didn't I've been said this like 5-10 years ago. Like it's probably the best thing to do because I found that out on accident. I wanted to move out, but I started thinking about it. I was like, well, damn, my grandpa and my mom are like super sick all the time and they can barely move. Let me just be here with them right now. And then after burying both of them, now I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know, man. There's nothing left to do but just keep rebuilding the wealth and then just move out or move on with some other shit. But like I was saying earlier, man, I'm done with the little chaotic shit. I don't need to really be here. I don't, Seattle's not bad, but like realistically, just being in the States, I think I'm done with this shit. Might just be out in shit. Fuck that. I'm trying to move to the goddamn shit Caribbean or something, bro. Hell no. I'm trying to be in the cold. You see, with the hoodie, I'm trying to be on the island somewhere, man. I'm tired of this shit. You have to have it in the morning. You have to have it. See, that's the thing too. Is like I guess I'm tired of relying on coffee in the morning, but sometimes some of the flavors be good, and sometimes you like depending on where you go, they give you like a donut or like a muffin, and then it's just like a good pairing. You know what I'm saying? Like so, if you get like there's one spot I used to go to right before therapy. I'll get Americano, and I'll get a blueberry cream cheese muffin. So it's like the little blueberry muffin with the cream cheese in the middle, like little the sweet whatever just the little thing in the middle. And I would get that all the time, and it would just go well with my coffee. It was used to be every week, and then it was every other week, but that was my routine, you know. And it's like I didn't want to break away from the routine. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that'd be my thing. And then over here now we have this spot where I get the breakfast sandwich. So I just found this new spot. I mean, I've been going here. I feel like I've been here a couple years ago, like when they first started building this building you see above me right now. When they first started building this, but then I don't remember if that coffee shop was there, or if there was another one around the corner. I can't remember, but I started going back here like a couple weeks ago, and I found out about the breakfast sandwiches. So here I am, excuse me, breakfast sandwich and coffee, and that's just the combo right now. It's kind of crazy. Let me check my time real quick, man. Sorry, Desiree. All right, let me see. I'm gonna double check all that shit in a second. Yeah, you will see, man. All right, I have to go check a text message, man. But yeah, Desiree, I appreciate it, Desiree. Thank you for sticking around, chatting it up. Some days it's like this. Some days everybody's in here. Some times of days, I think most people prefer. I'm gonna say prefer. Most people are available looking at their phone, doom scrolling in the afternoon. Because afternoon is in the middle of most people's shifts. If it's not that, then it's like they're getting off work because they started so early. So most people enjoy that time. I don't know how long you've been here, but there's been days where like I'll sit there and do multiple ones throughout the day, just the whole day. I'll just keep going. I'll just charge up and do it again, over and over and over again. And I might do it today. We'll see how good the weather is. Right now it's a little chilly. Like when I say chilly, I'm talking about the wind is actually blowing, but I'm also down by the water, so that's probably part of it. I'm just down by the water right now. But how's your shift going right now? How's your work shift going? Are you listening to those ladies yelling in labor? That's kind of scary to think about. Yeah, that's kind of a trip. A lot of people coming in and out of the chat, but that's pretty cool. I'm pretty okay with that, man. That's pretty tight. So, yeah. I'm checking that out. I don't even know what this is, man. I be seeing too many people moving around me, like too many reflections and shadows and shit. I be thinking there's someone right behind me, but there's not. Yes, they are interesting. That's why we oh my bad. We're supposed to be getting snow. Yeah, they're interesting. That's why we wear earbud. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Interesting. That's interesting though, yeah. Earbuds. Um yeah, man. I don't know, man. I said this before last time I was down here. I'm gonna say it again, bro. Like there was a time period, and a lot of this is TV's fault. You feel bad for the dads, honestly. Yeah, that's crazy. I know some of those dads are getting their hands crushed. It's like, let me hold somebody's hand. They're just getting the hand crushed or whatever. They're getting yelled at, cussed at for putting the baby inside of them. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not against the medical system necessarily. I think for me, man, if I had a wife or like girlfriend, I would have her give birth standing up, possibly in water too. That's just me. You know what I mean? Because having a lady lay on her back and then push out, you're pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen. I've never been pregnant, obviously. Pause, and I can't get. But I just think about it sometimes. I'm like, some of these practices, and I understand that there's like they got different angles and they got different degrees and stuff. But let me see. Pregnant girls are horrible. Well, they're like Sour Patch Kids, right? They start out sweet and then they get really like bitter and sour towards the end when it's time to deliver, which I understand. I mean, they need things. I don't mind helping them out. I just get mad when they're overly like if you're acting like a queen or a princess. I'm like, whoa, hold on. I didn't put the baby in there. You can't talk to me that way. So I get it, you know. But I don't mind. I don't mind helping out pregnant women if that makes sense. I see what you mean though. I see what you mean. But nah, man, I think yeah, if I had a wife or girlfriend and I got her pregnant, I would have her give birth standing up. Like I'm not trying to be insensitive. I would do the midwife route because it's just simple. It's just gravity. Gravity's doing half the work at that point, and the other half you just got to kind of push out, and then just something underneath to help catch all that. Some people do the water birth. I think a water birth is pretty cool because inside the womb is already some water, so you're just the baby is just kind of like I'm going from one spot to another, and then you just take it. And then not necessarily the pool because I don't like the chlorine and shit. So not necessarily pool water, I would say, but just something clean. You know what I mean? Some clean shit. Um, yeah, I think I would go that route. This is things I think about sometimes, man. The stuff that I think about. I know sometimes like I think most women want to just go and take the drugs. You know what I mean? Just take the drugs in their system so it's easier to handle. Water births are amazing. I hear that a lot. I had one of my friends said that that's how they were born, and I'm like, that's probably why he's one of the most mentally healthy and most mentally sensitive people I know. Because he's kind of just still in tune with his embryonic, whatever you call it, fluids, if not, essence or whatever, things along those lines. So it's just little shit like that I think about. Like there's these natural things that seem to resonate a little more. Also, hospitals charge a lot. That insurance gets used up for the rest of the year with those appointments, and then by the time you do the pregnancy stuff, you might have it reduced, you might not, which is kind of crazy. And I've only known that because I heard from my brother's wife. And she was talking about like, yeah, after we gave birth, like it was almost like they kept checking on us to see if we were done with the room, so that they can get some new people inside the room, which is kind of crazy. But that's how hospitals are. At least the hospitals over here. It's all business, man. It's really just rooms. Like we're just renting a room out. So yeah, man, I'm doing that midwife shit. But I get it. Like I've never been through that pain. I don't know what that's like. But you're gonna have to push your whole kid out. So it's like you might just be like, fuck that, just lay me down and give me some drugs. But that drugs in the system can also affect the baby. I don't know if all that's good, but that's just me. That's just me, man. I just, you got to meet a. For me, I'd have to meet a partner that's down for that. That's wishful thinking, though. That's just wishful thinking. That's not really. It's not smart. It's not plausible. Basically, it's not. It's not always doable, if that makes sense. But yeah, insurance companies, man. It's kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy, man. You know, kind of crazy how all that plays itself out. But what can you do, right? What can you do, Desiree? I mean, you can only do so much, right? You can only do so much. So yeah. But no, I said this before. I'm gonna say it again, man. There was a time as a kid. I think like, you know, I would be like at Westlake or something. I would be just somewhere, down here, just dreaming, because a lot of this is media as well. Media will sit there and show you some nice looking buildings, some water in the background, some families like having fun and enjoying the sights, and you see all this shit, and then you look at it in real life and you think that everything's all good, everyone's having a great time. They are, don't get me wrong, they are, and everything's all peace. But sometimes you see that shit and it'll have you dreaming as a kid. So I used to look at all these different buildings, maybe not these new ones, but these older ones that used to exist for a long time, and I'm like, yeah, that's some peaceful ass shit. This is some rich people shit. This is some successful shit. You know what I mean? It was the farthest thing from where we were from in the neighborhood, but also how we were as a household. And I would see this shit, and I'm like, I can't wait to be smart enough, strong enough, and whatever to access this stuff and just be there. I was damn near manifesting it without me knowing it. And a lot of that is like you got to put the work in too. So I look around. I'm over here by the harbor, basically. There's apartments called the Harbor Steps. There's one kid we know. He's actually famous now, which is funny. But his stepdad used to be a pitcher for the Mariners, like a relief pitcher for the Mariners, and he used to have one of these Harbor Steps apartments, which is like 4,000 to 5,000 a month, and then you get a view of the water. You get to see all the ferries and boats coming in, like all that nice shit. But it's just like that's just to give you an idea of what this really is. And what I'm saying is, as I got older, I really started realizing the money aspect of all this, how much it's worth, and is it really worth it? You're doing this much per month. That's an extra 2,000 compared to somewhere that's more affordable per month. And you start doing the math, like 2,000 times 12. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that. You start doing the math. So as you get older, certain things start to make sense. But I will say, like, knowledge kills dreams, man. It's kind of weird. Like just the simple fact of just knowledge, just knowing some shit will kill somebody's dreams, because you can make some shit happen. You can achieve some things ignorantly and you can get there, but then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, there were some other aspects that you kind of missed. So I don't know exactly along the way what it was, but sometimes I look at the shit like I have access to it. I can literally just walk in the buildings right now. I can walk on this one. I can walk on the one across the street, the one diagonally across. You could just walk in there and just act like you belong there or something. And even if they fuck with you, you can be like, nah, I'm me. You can really just be who you need to be. So that's why I've been doing that university mindset videos damn near every week, man. I've been recording as much as I can every week. So a lot of times, like, I'll find myself just down here reminiscing, whether I'm here or the next part of town, just reminiscing about some shit or just dreaming all over again. But I'll sit there, I might just have time to really dwell on the thoughts, or just, even soak in them for a little bit, right? And I'll take the little notes. I'll start expounding on the notes and doing my recordings on the weekends. So I'm starting to find my peace here and there, man. It's no longer the $100 for the therapy, right? You used to do the $100 for the therapy once a week, every 2 weeks, whatever, once a month. And then when the actual person I was with kind of fucked me over twice, I was like, you know what, man? And I found this. So everything starts falling into place, is what I'm trying to say. Is like, you'd be surprised, man. Little stuff that is within reach, you can get there, but it's worth it. That's one part. And then you get rid of one of your lessons get blocked, and then new ones start to open up. So it's just, for me, it's been really strange how all this is all playing out. But I take advantage of the good, man. I take the good with the bad, etc., man. I'm kind of just flowing with all this stuff, man. And I think a lot about it was a post that what's his name, Billy Carson, had posted recently about the yin and yang. Just showing you the simple what do you call this? The math, if you will, the simple math of just good, bad, light and dark, the balance of it, and having the balance of stuff in life. And I was like, you can't be too much one way, and you just got to have a balance of things. Just the whole yin and yang stuff. And it's stuff that we all already know, but I don't know if that makes sense. Like we all already know it, but it's just like just kind of remembering and re-internalizing these things just to exercise them and practice them daily, if that makes sense. But anyway, I say all this to say like all this shit is kind of falling into place the way I need it to, man. It's strange. Like the whole weekend, the whole past week, and the whole past couple of days, it seemed like more mentally stressful than it needed to be. And I was still able to get some work done. I was still able to get stuff done. You understand? I was still able to get work done. I was still able to meet up with people. I was still able to have conversations or whatever. And I was taking the good with the bad. You know, the bad being my own internalized feelings, and I was taking the good of just experiencing people, experiencing life, and allowing them to speak to me a certain way. I was having a dinner on Saturday. It was like a dinner that I had planned out already, and just a day that I was planning out, and then a dinner afterwards, obviously. But um, all that worked itself out in the best way possible. And then the person I was with was talking to me, and she was speaking very dramatically to the point where I'm like, you know what, man, McCarthy is injured. They just said McCarthy is injured. Who's McCarthy? Is that someone in the hospital? But yeah, they what's it called? They were speaking to me about something. It wasn't like, I don't want to say it wasn't like negative, but it was something that dealt with like grief and them kind of reminiscing on their own parent who had passed away. And I remember listening to the conversation kind of like, damn, I don't want to hear this right now because I'm already going through my own stuff. But then I thought about it, I was like, damn, they probably need someone to listen to them because they haven't had anyone help them out. You know what I mean? Thank God. No, he's the Viking. Oh, he's the Vikings quarterback. Oh shit. Okay. Who's McCarthy? McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey? You talking about McCaffrey? McCarthy. Am I tripping? Is it Christian McCaffrey? Let me know if I got the name right. If that's the right one. Because I know we just took the Vikings quarterback that you guys used to have, Sam Darnold. He's playing for the Seahawks right now, and he's doing pretty good. He's not doing too bad, if I could say so myself, from what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing. Because I've been barely paying attention this season. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, JJ McCarthy. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. That's crazy. Is he like a rookie or a new dude? He's got to be new because we took Sam Darnold. Low key, I was worried about getting a Sam Darnold, but at the same time, I'm like, I was telling people, I was like, well, if you think about the year he had with the Vikings, he did really fucking good last year. But at the same time, he's entering a whole new system, so either he fits in or he doesn't. And he's been delivering a fucking really good this year, man. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, Vikings though, man. There's actually a dude. If I see him next time, so sometimes when I do my videos and my live streams on the campus, there's a guy I always see. He's got a big Vikings jacket. He just got the straight up purple and yellow Vikings jacket. And then me and him would talk a lot. And I remember I'd see this dude, and he's like an older man. I was like, man, we took your quarterback, man. We took your quarterback from Minnesota. He's like, oh, I know. And he was kind of beat up about it. And then we were talking, and he goes, yeah, but I will say you guys ended up getting Cooper Kupp. I was like, we got Cooper Kupp. So me and him was like talking like last year, and we're just talking all this football shit. And I was like, listen, I'm barely paying attention to all this stuff. So he starts naming all the players. I'm like, okay, we might have a chance because Sam Darnold had a good year in Minnesota. Let's not lie about it. And he's transferring that same good energy to Seattle. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. What's going on with the Timberwolves? What's up with the Timberwolves, though? What else we got? The Twins. Timberwolves and the Twins. Now the Timberwolves, though, that's a good fucking team, man. Even the Kevin Garnett days. The Kevin Garnett days when they had that like black and green jersey with the wolf on it, that shit was hard. I low key want a Garnett Timberwolves jersey. That's a hard fucking jersey right there. I mean, I was thinking about that the other day. But yeah, a lot of this shit, I'd be looking at these buildings like, yeah, I don't even know what the inside of this shit look like. I just feel like I want to live there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking at the shit. Like, yeah, I want to live there. I want to be on that balcony. You know what I'm saying? It's just all the goofy shit, all the et ceteras, all the, yeah, I'm trying to be right here. Living like that. Look outside. I see the water. I see downtown, etc. I'm trying to live like that. That's just what be in my mind. But we'll get there. I ain't even tripping on it. We'll get there. We'll get that. It don't even gotta be here. That's the funny part. Back to the American shit. It don't even have to be here. If it needs to be, it will. The other thing I thought about, man, I thought about this. If I move to Japan, though, because that's what I want to do. If I move to Japan, I don't think I can smoke weed, bro. That's kind of fucked up. I can smoke cigars, but I can't smoke no weed, which is kind of crazy. So I was like, damn, what if I can't smoke no weed in Japan? I'm trying to just be living in the cuts in like Hokkaido or in the city in Osaka or like whatever the fuck. Just be living all live in the Kanto region like Ash Ketchum, shit like that. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, we catch you smoking weed, we're gonna arrest you because I heard you can't do it over there. I don't really know if that's true. I don't know what's 100% true about it. I couldn't tell you, but I'd be worried about that shit sometimes, man. I'm over here hearing shit. I'd be over here hearing shit. Hell yeah, Timberwolves. You died too? You think so? I don't know. The Timberwolves, man. That's the team right there. I don't know how they're doing this year though. I will say Portland though. Portland surprised me. But then again, every time Drew Holiday goes to another team, Drew Holiday be fucking shit up. So Drew Holiday was on a when he left New Orleans. They took him out of New Orleans. He went to Milwaukee. He won a ring. Milwaukee got rid of him, sent him to Boston. He won a ring in Boston. He's on Portland right now. They got a whole bunch of wings. And then they got fucking Jeremy Grant. And then Dame Lillard is injured, but when he comes back, it's over. Portland is good at everything. They can get rebounds and they could box you out in the paint. They're strong as hell. They can't shoot free throws really for some reason, but they're all pretty good. And then when Dame Lillard comes back, it's over. They're just going to be scoring like 20 extra points every fucking game, which is kind of scary. So they just got to be healthy. But that's just me looking at the whatever. Spurs, though, I don't know about the Spurs yet. We'll see what happens because they're good, but it's more like it's majority of Wemby doing all this crazy shit. It's getting cold, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Randall's on fire this year. Randall. Is he still in New York or did he go? Because I know he left. Oh, no. Yeah, because they sent him to New York, right? Am I tripping? They sent Julius Randle to New York? It's crazy, man. Who do they get for him? They got Cat. They got Cat for Randall. Am I tripping? Yeah, they got Cat for Randall. That was crazy, bro, because they got pretty far that one year with Gobert and Cat. They put Gobert and Cat and they got to the Western Finals against Dallas. Timberwolves second year. Randall's. So you're talking about a whole different. This is a whole different Randall. I don't know if I know that dude. You're not talking about Julius then. This is a whole different one. Yeah, I don't know. But we have a player here from Federal Way. His name is Jaden McDaniels. So Jaden McDaniels, is that his last name? Yeah, Jaden McDaniels. The three guy, the small forward, playing at the three position. He's from Federal Way. He's from Seattle or he's from Federal Way, but he played in Federal Way High School. So we have a lot of basketball players from the area in our state that are playing in the league right now. Like Zach LaVine is from here. He played at Bothell. You know what I'm saying? DeJounte Murray. Who else is over there? Tari Easton. We got so many players from Seattle in the league right now, which is ridiculous. Or just Seattle area, which is crazy. Marjan Beauchamp, Paulo Banchero. There's some people I don't even know. You can't spell it. Oh, DiVincenzo. Oh, you're right. Oh, shit. DiVincenzo ain't bad, man. That dude used to score in New York. It's kind of weird because they had the Villanova 4, and then they took him out. That was kind of weird that they did that, but I mean, no love lost, I guess, man. He was balling out in Minnesota. I think, man, when they traded Cat, though, I was like, y'all tripping for that. When they traded Luka for AD, that was some bullshit too. I was like, that's stupid. That's another stupid trade. It's not even an equal trade. Yeah, I like DiVincenzo, man. He's a good player. He's a dog out there. He's just outsized. That's the only thing. He's outsized, but he don't give up. That guy won't give up, man. It's a good guard to have. So it's like him and Ant-Man, they're just going to run the point. And the other crazy thing is Jaden McDaniels is a really good defensive player. a good two-way player at that. And you just keep on improving a little bit, they'll do all right. So Julius Randle went back to the Timberwolves? They sent him back to the Timberwolves? Is that what you're saying? That's kind of crazy. Because I swear to God, like he played in Minnesota and then they traded him to New York and then they sent him back to Minnesota. That's kind of crazy to think about, you know? Gobert, yeah. Gobert, man. I had his Utah jersey back then, but he's always kind of so and so. You know, he's always like, it's whatever. Good luck to Gobert. I hope he figures shit out because there's some days where he's like playing and then there's some days he's not really playing, if that makes sense. But yeah. I'm not tripping. But so who did they trade? So they traded Randall and Divin. So you're telling me, so they traded Randall and DiVincenzo for Cat. That was the trade. Do I remember that correctly? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You know what? You're absolutely right, Desiree. They traded DiVincenzo and Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle. And then who else? That's fucking crazy to think about, man. X12. What's going on, bro? Thank you for dropping in, man. X12, we getting close to the end, but what's going on, man? Talk to me. What's going on over there, your side of the world? You doing all right? You doing all right over there? Yeah. Hey, Desiree, this time of the year, what's it like in Minnesota? Because I'm cold right now. I can't do the cold right now, but I don't know if you can hear me like freezing and shaking right now, but god damn. I'm over here chilly as hell. I'm cold as hell right here. What's it like over there in Minnesota? I'm freezing, man. Right now. I can't even lie. That one lady, she's with her coworker or something, man. She looked kind of good. I should have said something. I don't think she had much ass, though, I ain't gonna lie. So I saw that. It's hot over there? It's hot where you're at? Oh, that's true. He's in a different state. We are supposed to be getting snow tomorrow. And temp is going to drop. I don't know why they flagged that. That was kind of weird. And temp is going to drop. Yeah, I can't do the cold, Desiree. I'm like, yeah. I've been sitting here for like a good hour damn near. You have no ass, Desiree. Hold on now. Now I gotta zoom in on your picture. I gotta zoom in on the picture. The picture looks cute. I can't really tell. I might have to just check it a different time. So you have no ass. Are you sure though? But are you judging it? That's the thing is like I was trying to wait till the start of winter to put on the extra down jacket over the hoodie, but I don't know why, bro. I thought it was gonna be cold later, but it's starting to get colder now, man. I'm like I can't even handle this shit. God damn. But I'm also down by the water, so I'm freezing. Yeah. Desiree, you're gonna make me inspect this picture now. You said you have no ass. I don't know. I gotta see for myself. I gotta inspect now. I'm sorry. Forgive me for being disrespectful. Now I gotta see. One of my moderators was talking about how she I think she said she had a little bit. I was like, damn, I gotta see it now. I gotta see for myself. You know, and I was like, I say that respectfully because I just need to know. And then one of my friends from Iowa was telling me that she had ass, and I was like, man, she probably lying because she's from over there in the Midwest. I'm just like, she's lying. And then I met her in person. I was like, damn, she had hella ass for no reason. I was like, she's just hella big though. You know what I mean? She was just hella thick for no reason. I was like, damn, what did you look like before you were overweight? Because I could imagine how she looked before she was overweight. She probably kind of like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I still was like, what's going on? You wear your coat already? You said, no, seriously, I don't. No, I'm saying this respectfully. Don't. If I'm being too disrespectful, you let me know. You dial me back, all right? You let me know. But I'm just over here just joking around. But yeah, Desiree, I appreciate you being here. X12, if you're still there, I appreciate you being here. I'm actually about to wrap up soon because I just hit my hour mark right there, like the 60 minutes. But yeah, man, I'm about to get out this cold. I got a friend that's here from out of town. I might meet up with him for a little bit, see what's going on, say what's up. You know what I'm saying, before he flies out. So I'm gonna say what's up over there. But we'll see. We'll see if I talk to him. But yeah. But no, hey, try to stay warm over there, Desiree. I appreciate you kicking it. Hopefully, nobody drives you crazy at work today. Yeah, and then the same thing for me. I guess tomorrow when I go to work, we'll see what happens. But I might live stream later. We'll see if I have the energy for it. I'm gonna see how I feel about stuff. Hey man, for those that dropped in and out, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.